So yesterday, Aaron Judge hit a home run so far that I don't think it's landed 24 hours later. We're going to go ahead and talk about that. What are the Yankees looking like going into the season? And also, we have a few injuries to break down. Some of them are devastating to Eloy Jimenez and Nick Anderson of the Tampa Bay Rays. Nick Anderson, over the last 2 years, has been one of the better relief pitchers in baseball. But unfortunately, we saw in the postseason that for whatever reason, he was just breaking down. And then it led to an injury that is going to cost him a good amount, if not the entire 2021 season. But what's going on, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB Recap Spring Training Edition. Yeah, so still, a lot of you are not subscribed. So if you have not hit that subscribe button, I would appreciate that because we're on the road to 300K before opening day, but I feel like that's kind of impossible. But anyways, I appreciate all of the support lately. You guys are absolute rock stars. Now, we also have to talk about how Cleveland, you know I'm a Cleveland fan, they have made the most bonehead decision, and I am frustrated today. Even Mark over on Twitter feels bad for me, so we'll go ahead and break that down. But first and foremost, let's go ahead and get the injuries out the way because I'm going to be sad if we talk about it later on in the video. So let's get the sad stuff out the way. Starting off with the Red Sox opening day starter, Erod, Eduardo Rodriguez. He will be out for opening day. He has dead arm, which is very unfortunate because I was really excited to see him make that comeback after suffering myocarditis just a year ago. I can't believe I'm saying this. Eloy Jimenez is going to be out for the next 5 to 6 months with a shoulder tear. I don't exactly know how this happened. I'm going to play the video and then you guys have to decide for yourself is he going to be back before 5 months? Is it going to take longer than that? I mean, none of us are medical doctors, so we really shouldn't have an opinion, but 5 to 6 months is the actual diagnosis.
Look at exactly what happened. He was bracing himself and then he went in with that same arm and then
Yeah, I mean, look, he did miss it. The reality of it is that this is spring training. This doesn't really matter very much.
So a few days ago, I was talking about how the right fielder for the Padres should not be trying to throw out Kyle Hendricks, a pitcher, because he singled to right field. The right fielder picked up the ball and fired it to first base, and Hendricks almost shattered his kneecap. And everyone was saying, yo, it's spring training, you should be playing your hardest. And then not a week later, everyone is saying that Eloy Jimenez was trying too hard. It wasn't even a play that he should have attempted trying to rob that. So which one is it? You can't play both sides. Are we going to commend Eloy Jimenez for trying to make a play, or should we be like, yo, Eloy, it's spring training, ease up a little bit. You've already proved your spot on the team. You have nothing left to show. Ease up a little bit, big dog. Yeah, just a little bit frustrating because I don't know if we should be taking spring training seriously or not because we've seen both sides in the last week. Next up, we have Nick Anderson, who probably is going to miss a good chunk of time. Now, surgery has not been recommended just yet. However, he does have an elbow injury, which is never good. So I wanted to go ahead and update you guys because, again, Nick Anderson has been one of the more dominant relief pitchers in baseball since he was traded from the Marlins to the Rays. Even when he was with the Marlins, absolutely electric. So the Marlins are probably kicking themselves, but I feel bad for Rays fans because so far over the course of the offseason and spring training, you've lost out on Charlie Morton, Blake Snell, and now Nick Anderson is gone. Those are 3 big guys from 2020. And then last but not least, on the injury front, Juan Soto says that he is fine, but he was removed from yesterday's game with calf tightness. Now, obviously, we've all played sports and especially baseball. If you're an outfielder just chilling out there, sometimes the sudden movement, because 20 to 40 pitches can go by with not a single ball coming your way, so you get a little bit tight and then you have that quick movement because a ball is hitting the gap and then your calf tightens up. So I believe that he's going to be fine. Expect Juan Soto in the lineup on opening day. So I talked about how Aaron Judge hit a home run yesterday that is still not landed yet, and if you don't believe me, watch this.
Here's Moore's pitch. Line deep to left. Oh, forget it. Where does that ball land is the question. Did I mention he hadn't had a home run? Oh, adios, amigo.
Just an absolute mammoth of a human being. He just does not make sense. He is basically a moose. And we all know if you have not seen a moose in person, you just have to marvel at it because it doesn't make sense. He could have been a football player. He could have been a basketball player. Whatever sport he wanted to major in, that could have been his dream. And then also Gleyber Torres with a 3-run shot. I'm really hoping for a bounce back season. For whatever reason, it seems like his 2020 year was the plot of Space Jam where aliens came down down and sucked out all of his power because he was not hitting home runs in 2020, but it's back, and I'm happy about that. Jose Iglesias is at it again. This play happened a few days ago, but he refuses to stop making web jams. And then also he hit a home run. Now, I could not find the clip, but he hit a home run. He is having a fantastic spring, kind of backing up all of the progress that he made in 2020 with the 9-something OPS. Really good defense, so props to him for proving the haters wrong. I thought that he was going to regress. For whatever reason, it looks like it's not going to happen, but then again, it is spring. Didi Gregorius made a pretty cool play as well against the Yankees. He is just tormenting his former team. Shohei Ohtani will not leave me alone. I am just trying not to fanboy over this guy, but he had his 5th home run. He's now up to a .571 batting average, and he has 14 strikeouts in 8 innings. How can you not love this guy? This might be the greatest overall spring training in the history of baseball. So we've talked about Jose Iglesias, Shohei Ohtani. They're having fantastic springs, and then Dylan Bundy is showing the world that he can repeat what he did in 2020. So far through spring, he has a 3.12 ERA. He has a good amount of strikeouts. I really like what the Angels are doing. I've been saying this all offseason. The Angels could surprise a lot of people. What the heck is Bobby Dalbec doing? Who even is this kid? He came out of nowhere last season, and then he's refusing to stop. Bobby Dalbec is now up to 7 home runs in spring. He's first in RBIs. He's first in runs. That means every time that he scored, that's 1 run. And then Ryan freaking Mountcastle, after setting the world on fire in his rookie campaign, which is funny because he still classifies as a rookie in 2021, even though he got a few Rookie of the Year votes. Doesn't make sense, but that's baseball for you. Both of those guys, Bobby Dalbec and Ryan Mountcastle, they just have baseball names. Bobby Dalbec, Ryan Mountcastle. Like Mountcastle, that might be my favorite baseball name ever. Another young guy I want to talk about, Casey Mize. He had 9 strikeouts in yesterday's start, and then a few hours ago, it was announced that he will be in the opening day rotation. He is making the squad. I could not be happier for him. He has a very high ceiling. However, in 14 innings in spring, he has 10 walks. That doesn't sound good. And also 13 earned runs, so pretty much 1 earned run per inning, and that's 21 strikeouts is really good. However, 10 walks and 13 earned runs in 14 innings, that's worrisome. Matt Harvey is making the Orioles rotation. I really don't even know what to make of that. He has not been good in spring training. 6 earned runs and 6 strikeouts in 10 innings, so he's not even making people miss. That's a little bit weird, but speaking of making people miss, Dylan Cease had 6 strikeouts, and he has the stuff to be an ace for half the league if he can get his command in check, because in almost 12 innings, he's only given up 1 earned run, and he has 11 strikeouts, but he has 7 walks. So he's pretty much been Casey Mize, just without giving up 1 earned run pretty much per inning. So yeah, there you go. I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant real quick. Now, most of you probably won't care about this, but you should. So here are Jake Bauers' stats for spring training. 0 home runs, 0 RBIs, a 709 OPS. Here are Bobby Bradley's stats. You have a good amount of RBIs. You have a 951 OPS. One of them made the squad that should have not. Bobby Bradley was just sent down, and I could not be angrier as a Cleveland fan. Jake Bauers, while he's a nice guy, he is not the answer at first base. The only reason why this is happening is because Jake Bauers is out of options. If the Indians or if Cleveland releases him, he's going to be able to go to a different team. If Bobby Bradley gets sent down, they still have options, so it doesn't mean anything. He can't go anywhere. He's just going to stick around for the next 2 weeks, and if Jake Bauers does not perform, they're going to call up Bobby Bradley and be able to extend that service time manipulation. Just horrible. The Cleveland baseball team really has nothing to play for in 2021 aside from improving their prospects, and to not bring up Bobby Bradley and to not bring up Tyler Freeman, just embarrassing. Or actually, maybe they brought up Tyler Freeman, but I think they sent down Nolan Jones. I don't know. The Cleveland, it's just frustrating. 2 players that I want to talk about real quick, Josh Bell and Jorge Soler. They both went deep yesterday. I'm hoping that they can really rekindle their past prime years, because in 2020, they did not perform like their prime selves. Josh Bell, change in scenery. I'm hoping that allows him to really think freely and allow him to be himself. And then Jorge Soler, up to 5 home runs in spring. I am hoping for a 50 home run campaign from Jorge Soler, because if that happens, oh my goodness, his card in MLB The Show is going to be glitchy once again. 2 young guys I want to bring up. Joey Bart takes a pitch the opposite way. I really believe that he is going to be the next big thing in San Francisco under the tutelage of Buster Posey. I bet that Buster Posey is going to be a first baseman in the near future. Maybe they move on from Brandon Belt. I don't know. I wish wish the DH was in the National League so Joey Bart could get at bats and play catcher, and then you could have Buster Posey as your DH, but baseball is just not very progressive thinking. And they would rather have Johnny Cueto and Kevin Gausman hit instead of Buster Posey and Joey Bart and Brandon Belt all in the same lineup. I just hate that. And then 2020 first rounder Nick Gonzalez of the Pittsburgh Pirates. He had his first home run of spring. I'm super excited about his future. And speaking of the Pirates, half of their lineup is in the top 5 for base hits in spring training. So maybe the Pirates are onto something. Who knows? Kevin Newman is on fire. To end today's video, I want to go ahead and show a Bo Bichette home run to the opposite side. I love this kid. His future is so bright. He had 2 home runs, but I could only find the clip of one of them. So enjoy. I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and peace out.
Kames, incredible list for Bo Bichette to be on as he hits that in the air to right field and deep. Judge racing back, and that ball is gone. Bo Bichette goes to the opposite field.